So, you know what? I'm sure some of you have been in an unfortunate situation where you've got your car towed. Probably wasn't your choice. That happened to me. I left an older car of mine in San Diego, parked somewhere where it should have been safe, and I trusted somebody to keep an eye on it. Well, kind of my fault that I stayed. Instead of 2 weeks, I stayed 2 months, but that person never really told me, I kind of trusted that person was going to look after it, and well, it didn't, and the car got impounded. It was kind of a weird thing where it was like paving the street type thing, 48 hours notice. Person didn't check on the car for at least a week, maybe 10 days. Car got impounded, and I'm just finding out. Well, how these tow companies work is, since I'm not there, I have to pay over the phone, which isn't a big deal. I got everything notarized and have like notary authorized payment so they can take it over the phone, prove it's me, which is fine. And then they have to authorize to have the car released to a third party that can't be the tow company that I'm having to pick it up from impound and tow back to my place. It's got to be for whatever reason, it's got to be different than the tow company that's picking it up, which is fucking retarded. So I have to have a third party, like a friend or a family member or whoever, right? Do that. And they make you jump through so many fucking hoops, and then they don't explain the whole process very well, that I tried it the first time. And when the car was like sitting there and I owed $550 to get it out, and fuck arguing and negotiating. I mean, they don't give two fucks about you, right? And it's confusing the way they make you do it if you're not actually physically there. And even if you're physically there, it can be confusing. But they didn't explain it correctly to me the first time. So the first time when I tried to have my buddy pick it up and, the tow yard meet him and stuff like that, something wasn't authorized, although I sent them 3 different types of authorization, notarized, everything was notarized. Anyway, so they fucked me, basically, when it released the car. So basically, it took 2 extra days now, right? And now it's the weekend. So now there's an extra fine because they're closed. So it ended up costing me, because of their fucking making me jump through hoops and, not really explaining what I needed to do and misinforming me to somewhat. And now it cost me extra $250. So now I owe $800, and they've had the car for less than a week. It's fucking A, man. This is an older car. I mean, I've got this truck now, and it's just, why the fuck? I don't know how they can get away with doing it. Probably because they're in the cahoots with the police. Because what happens is these tow yards, right? So many people will just abandon their car. I'm tempted to abandon my car. My car's worth about $3,000. I'll be in it at $800. If it gets close to $1,500, I'm gonna say fuck it. And a lot of people just say fuck it. They don't have the money, right? And so these cars get auctioned off by the police, right? So the police impound them. Tow yard gets all this money, right? And the people that don't pick up their cars lose their fucking car, and then they get sold at police impounds. Kind of a fucking shady business, man. Police impound, they get paid. What they don't pick up, police sell, and they get paid. So it's just a fucking vicious circle. And they blame it on the police if there's a mistake. Police blame it on them. You can't get anything done unless you're planning to sue them with a real lawyer. It's the only way you're going to get it done. Because they have so many, this has been going on for so long, they have so many strings attached, so many loopholes. They're in the business to steal your fucking car, or you're going to pay out the ass for it. That's it. There's a few loopholes to your favor, but not really. If you can get it within a certain amount, if you can get it within the first 24 hours, I think they can only charge you this or that. But it's unrealistic. It never fucking happens. So yeah. Yep. Fuck tow yards. Fuck RoadOne towing company. Fuck A to Z Enterprise. These are both in San Diego. I'm sure there are other places too. And fuck the San Diego police, the parking enforcement. Okay. I got nothing bad to say about San Diego cops in general, because they're actually probably the coolest fucking cops that I've actually, had to deal with. But fuck parking enforcement, and even if it's not so much on the parking enforcement, yeah, fuck the whole jurisdiction and people responsible for the shady racket of fucking just robbing people of their cars, right? Poor people can't afford the fucking money to get their cars out. If your car's worth $1,000 by the time you get it out, now you got to pay $500. If you don't have that $500, it's $75, $85 a day. So, not everybody has the fucking money in their fucking back pocket, and you just can say, oh, here's $500, give me my car back. Even if it's a fucking nice car, they still can't. Not everybody can go and just get a fucking loan off the fly, right? And God forbid you're out of town like me and you don't get told and it's already been in there for fucking a week. Fuck. So yeah, fuck these people, man. It's predatory. It's bottom feeding. It's preying off it's like pawn shops. It's preying off people that have nothing, and people that they're already hard up to begin with, and it's just fucking stupid. Especially in California. They'll pound your car if you don't have insurance, pound your car if you don't have registration, pound your car if your tag's expired. They'll impound your car if they put up a 48 hour sign and you just don't happen to come back to your car in time. They'll impound your car any chance they fucking get, and you will pay out the ass. So fuck those people. Fuck RoadOne Towing. Fuck A to Z Enterprise, and fuck San Diego Parking Enforcement. Eat a dick. You guys all suck.